Hi there, I'm Mike. Welcome back to my channel. This is Toyworld's Iron Dreg. That sounds like a name from a villain in a video game or an anime. That's pretty rad. But from here on out, I'm probably gonna call him Slag because that's his name. And if you take offense to that name, you're probably from the UK. In that case, g'day. Nope. Hi. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. This is the box that you get. It opens like so. You get a page of instructions, 2 stickers, and a plastic character card. You also get just an absolute ton of styrofoam. RIP environment. So the box presentation is actually pretty nice. Even though it's a little big, inside among all the things I just showed you, you also get a Slag and a little gun. This gun is more barrel than it is actual gun, so it's definitely not compensating for something. I also do want to point out on this barrel that Reprolabels was kind enough to put some black stickers to go around the barrel, but this is like the only character they decided to do that with. It's kind of a weird choice. So let's get into Slag here. He's a pretty good representation of his G1 cartoon self. He's lavishly laid out in chrome. He has a lot of detailed molding in his plastic. He has extremely long horns. He also has a working mouth, which is just kind of neat, I suppose, except for the problem with this mouth is that you could open it too wide and you see a face underneath there, and if you don't close it right, it can go inside his head. So he kind of just looks like this. Among all the detailing, I did mention that I got Reprolabels, so let's take a look at those. He has an Autobot logo on his head. He has some stickers detailing the chrome, just kind of breaking up the silver monotony with some black circuitry. He has some blue stickers on what will be his toes. He has some shiny bits on what will be his legs. And again, some black to go on his very stubby little tail. It's okay, man. You have long horns. He also has some stickers that go on the top of his legs. So let's take a minute and actually look at his tail here. This tail is awful. The only reason it looks any kind of okay is because he has his axis stored in here. So let's take a look at what that doesn't look like. Boom. That is a gap. That is the world's most minded gap, technically. That's just ridiculous. If I somehow lose these things, he just has a gigantic hole in his butt, and that sucks. So don't lose these. These are his axes. One other thing I do want to point out is that for some reason, and maybe I'm just doing this wrong, if you know what's wrong with me and you want to point it out, wait a minute. If you know what I'm doing wrong here and you want to point it out, let me know in the comments down below. But I cannot get this gap right here to seamlessly push together. It either has too much of a gap in between these two pieces, or this tail piece back here doesn't sit in right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know if maybe that's just how it comes. It's kind of dumb. My other complaint about Dino Mode here is actually in this area. So in the box that I didn't show, you actually got a little bag, and inside the bag are his horns and 2 screw hole covers. One here, and then one back here. Oh, well, it would be if I could put it on. I tried for hours. I couldn't get it on. So I actually went online to see if someone else could show me how to put it on. I looked up Toyworld's official pictures of this guy, and guess what? They didn't have him on either. Why? Toyworld, why? You made this. Why? Other than that, the Dino Mode is actually pretty nice. Sure, it does look a little bit like a potato, but I think Slags just have that problem. He's a Triceratops, and scientifically, Triceratops is the best dinosaur. Don't even fight science. He's got pretty decent articulation. His head does move a little bit, but it does sort of just become a transformation of that process. His legs move. He's actually got super strong ratchets going on right here, and he has some articulation here and a little bit on the feet, but not much. Down here, this moves. So basically, he's got standard dinosaur articulation. One last thing, and I'm doing this very reluctantly. I know I've given my opinions on storing guns on alternate modes or mounting them. Tell me that's not the dumbest thing. I don't know if there's an official place to put this, but it fits there, so I guess why not? But it looks awful. If you do this, you're wrong. So I definitely like the look of his dinosaur mode. I feel like it's hard to get much better, although there are a couple things I would have liked to improve. He looks good from the front. He even looks good from the side. He doesn't look so good from the back. But you know what? If you're displaying your toys from the back, what's wrong with you? Why? Stop it. Well, that's enough of this mode. Let's get him into robot mode. We're gonna bring up his tail. I'm gonna go ahead and take these off because they're gonna pop off anyway. I actually like to split apart. That was too much split. So I know I haven't mentioned it in the review yet, but this guy is actually the arm of a combiner. And I will eventually be reviewing the combiner. But that being said, he has a dedicated arm joint, and that comes in handy for transformation. So we're gonna take advantage of it. Also, we're gonna go ahead and raise up his wings. I like to start by pulling out his arms a little bit just to give him some clearance to come right out. So let's work on his lower half. I'm actually gonna split apart his legs here. Looks painful, but it does not hurt the transformer. I do like kind of doing this in dinosaur mode because it looks like he's sitting, like he's a puppy, like he's a little puppy. We're gonna get these out of the way. And then just like pretty much almost any transformer ever, these come right around. So the leg here is actually gonna turn around and peg right in on itself and fill out the inside. And that's pretty nice. I like this. It fills out the inside of his leg, makes him very stable, and it looks good. It gets the leg out of the way. Same thing other side. And then his little feet become his heels. Almost done. We're halfway done. Let's do this half. We're gonna do this half now. So the whole arm is going to tilt down, and for a while I thought that the whole arm was his arm articulation. I'm glad I was wrong because it was awful. However, that being said, this is a very tight ratchet on top of a looser ratchet. So basically, anytime you're gonna move this guy's arm, if you don't hold on to this round piece right here, the whole thing's gonna move. And it looks kind of dumb because this little gunny nipply part is supposed to be on top. Let's get his head done. His head's a cool part. This mouthpiece is gonna flip right down and peg right into his chest. Now, if you do this wrong, this black piece right here will pop right out, and it's okay. It pops right back in. It didn't break it. It's just gonna happen sometimes. In fact, it'll probably happen doing this. The next part is this. So right now it looks like he has like a Triceratops hoodie. So the whole head is actually gonna come right back, and see what I mean? The whole thing came right out. The whole head's gonna come back and sit back just like that. So he's got more of a clearance here, so it doesn't look like he just has his head in a dinosaur mouth. So this is gonna squeeze back together. Squeeze back together right now. Don't know why I did that in my Bee Gees voice, but I did. And we're gonna pull out his hands. His hands come right out, just like. I mean, if you can't figure out how his hands come out, you're either like 6, in which case, why are you watching this without an adult? And if you are watching with an adult, why are you watching this with your 6-year-old? I make swears and I drink. My channel is definitely not kid friendly. But anyway, in case you can't figure out what's going on, I open up his foot, pull the hand out, close it back up. Simple. And this, dear viewer, is Slag in robot mode. I really like how this looks. It's pretty cartoon accurate. He has the kibble wings that Slag should have, as well as his kibble dinosaur head, which isn't even kibble at this point. Like, if this wasn't there somehow, it wouldn't look like Slag. The only thing that I don't like is his tail sticking out on the side here. There's just no way not to make them look dumb. However, I also can't see a way to make them go away. His leg's pretty full of more different leg. I just don't know where they would put them. They do make great storage for his axes, which is basically the same way they're stored in Dino Mode. Ta-da! And he also does come with his ridiculous Joker comic book villain gun. This thing, it looks like Dirty Harry's gun. It's just mostly barrel, very little gun. So let's look at the details on this guy. He has a really good face sculpt with some light piping. I've got Reprolabels on him, so he does have the Autobot logo on his chest. And just in time for summer season, I have stickers highlighting his stomach. He's got some knee stickers just to give him a little more shinies. And the same stickers that were highlighting his buttocks in Dino Mode are now highlighting his feet, as well as the blue stickers that go on his toes. He also, inexplicably, and I don't know if I can get this on camera, but I'll probably pop a picture up right here, has a sticker that goes inside his wing that you'll never see. It's behind him, it doesn't make sense, but Reprolabels decided to put it there, so that's where it is. Let's go over his weapons just a little bit. On top of gun, he also has axe. Now this axe is dumb. First of all, Dinobots don't have axes. Come on! Dinobots have swords, especially Slag. Slag's like Mr. Sword. There's also a couple of different configurations you can have this axe in. This is the mode I prefer. You can also sort of stick it out like it's some sort of scythe or pickaxe. I can also bring it up and bring it around like it's some sort of tomahawk kind of thing. They all look real dumb. They look super dumb. I don't even know why that this is a thing, because he should have come with a sword. Swords don't look dumb. Just Toyworld, swords, come on. Let's go over his articulation. Head's on a ball joint. It goes all kinds of ways. Arm goes all the way around, but as I mentioned before, the ratchet on a ratchet thing, not working out. Arm here on a bicep, swivel. Pretty crazy elbow bend. It's actually double jointed right here. He has waist articulation because it would be weird if he didn't. He has crazy strong leg ratchets that go out to the side. They go out to the front. They go back to the back, pretty far both ways. He also does have a double jointed knee, so you can get some pretty deep bends right here. If he had any more bends, he'd be a Radiohead album. That was a joke I made. And he also has faux ankle articulation, and I don't like it because these things are dumb. It's just his toes, not his whole leg. So it just kind of looks like his feet are broken sometimes, because they're either sticking out like this or they're sticking in like this, and they kind of do whatever they want. However, you can make it look like his feet are on the ground, even though they're not, because over here is definitely not touching the ground. The toes are still touching, so it looks okay. And with that, I'll conclude my review of Slag. He's good. If you want some G1 cartoon accurate chug scale figures, Toyworld's hard to beat. I know you got a lot of competition out there for third-party Dinobots. I went Toyworld because I definitely like their Dino Modes, most of their Dino Modes, the most. I'm definitely happy that I have this guy. Slag is one of my favorite Dinobots. Triceratops is one of my favorite dinosaurs. It's hard to beat, but he's not perfect. He does have a lot of flaws, so because of that, I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 7. I would have given him a 7 out of 7. He's got a couple problems, but I think I'm going to dock him a little bit extra because he is a third-party figure, and I just expect more out of that. Third-party figures, for the price you're paying, should be perfect, and you should be picky. I'm not saying don't be picky. I'm just saying you gotta buy in at some point. I think Toyworld is a pretty good option for the cost. So that's my review. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to my channel. I've got a lot more stuff coming out. I've got 3 crate unboxings coming up. I've got bots and shots coming up in the next week or so. And I'm gonna do more reviews. Star Wars, Transformers, mostly Star Wars and Transformers. That's kind of my thing, I guess, and Ninja Turtles. Maybe I'll do a Ninja Turtles review. Would you like to see that? Let me know. Like, share, subscribe, keep watching. Don't do any of that stuff. Whatever you want to do. I'm not your dad. Thanks. Bye.